So, it has been 10 years since Agents J and K have appeared on screen together in an attempt to protect us from the scum of the universe. Oddly enough, we must have been neuralized after MIB 2 because that film was incredibly forgettable, especially compared to the magic of its predecessor. And with that in mind, I really don't think anybody was clamoring for an MIB 3. Yet, like many a disappointing Christmas, Hollywood gives us a shit ton of stuff we don't ask for. So, just think of them as your grandmother and the countless rabble of sequels as a pile of sweat socks.
Fuck your socks, Grandma.
Considering this, MIB 3 isn't half bad. Yeah! But bear in mind that this is not my rousing endorsement of the film, okay? This is me simply stating that it is not the putrescent sputum pile that MIB 2 was. The third entry in the series is your classic time travel tale. With the fate of Agent K and the universe in the balance, it is up to the Fresh Prince himself to gun it to 88 all the way to the Mad Men era of the 1960s. Josh Brolin definitely does a pretty damn good Tommy Lee Jones impression. However, the chemistry between Smith and Brolin pales in comparison to the original J and K. Flight of the Conchords' own Jermaine Clement underwhelms as alien baddie Boris the Animal.
Does the space cold make your nipples go pointy-pointy?
But overall, we have to give MIB 3 a pass. Even though it was a needless sequel, it still proved to be a pretty solid summer popcorn flick, and had enough box office punch to do the unthinkable in taking down the Avengers. The unnecessary continuation of a beloved property is a hot-button issue with us, and few properties are as revered as Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' Watchmen. Now, with the June release on the horizon for the Before Watchmen prequels, we thought that we should weigh in on whether or not there is any merit in revisiting this classic. Before Watchmen will be one of the most divisive events in comic book history, okay? The industry has justifiably soured Alan Moore, and over the years, he has become your extremely bitter, super creepy, reclusive neighbor whose yard you don't want to cross into to grab your ball in fear that you may never be heard from again.
Get off my lawn.
Needless to say, neither Moore nor artist Gibbons have anything to do with Before Watchmen, though Gibbons has given his blessing and wishes DC success on the endeavor. Moore, on the other hand, sticks his gravedigger-looking middle finger up at DC.
Fuck you, DC.
To sum up his POV, just remember the fact that The Watchmen was a finite arc that stood on its own. Aside from the rich social commentary of its time, its other great success was lampooning the superhero soap operas of comic serials. Now, it seems as though they are set to strip it of its identity and make it the very thing they were poking fun at. So, early reviews claim that the 7 Before Watchmen miniseries won't convert anyone dead set against the project's existence, but there is potential for some solid bits of storytelling, especially with the Minutemen series. Frankly, I'm stoked for the one offset to focus on the origin of Dr. Manhattan's junk.
No.
Face it, folks, it has been my mantra since the start of this series. If they can squeeze a dime from it, they will. And that goes for movies, comics, and video games especially. The dilution in the integrity of original works is never in question, and that's a sad fact. However, that is why we are here, to bitch, until we are blue in the face because it makes us feel a shit ton better. Weigh in on your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, favorite, blah blah blah. Put it on Reddit, why don't ya? Maybe 4chan. No, just kidding, not 4chan. They'll probably stick a bunch of dicks on my face or something. I don't know. A very special thanks to Zombie Pets for hooking it up with this awesome tea. And speaking of zombies, I know most of you know that I live in Miami, and if you didn't, now you know. And it's been a little crazy, people eating faces and whatnot. But I'm okay, I've got a plan. I've got a plan in case anything goes down. I'm ready. So stay up and giggy, my friends. So, it has been 10 years since Agents J, I can't speak. Gnome village. Every time you succeed, a little gnome village celebrates and toasts in your name.
I'm going to post that up as my status. And I'm going to tag you in it.
The third entry in the series is your classic time travel tale. Especially compared to its magical predecessor. That sounds shitty. Fuck my tits. I should just put like a blue for real.